So yesterday, a new character was announced to come to Injustice 2 Mobile, and the character is going to be Robin King. If you guys watched the video from yesterday where I talk about the character and the teases that we got for the character, I said that I didn't know anything about this character. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if today I did something a little bit different and I just basically read to you guys about the history and the background of the character Robin King. Maybe we can get some ideas as to what the character is actually going to look like when he comes out for the game. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that because the character is going to be whatever he's going to be when he comes to the game. I'm just kind of interested in what this character is about because I've read a little bit about the Metal Universe, and it's really, really cool. I like the whole idea of the Metal Universe, but I've never heard about this character, and I don't know anything about this character. So I'm going to go on a website. It's called DC Fandom, and they basically have a whole essay about this character and everything that has to do with this character and his origins. So today's video is going to be kind of like a story time. I guess you could say you can fall asleep to this video. That's kind of like what it is. It's going to be like an audible type of thing. But either way, I'm going to read everything in this website that has to do with Robin King. And yeah, let's get started. Bruce Wayne was born into the wealthy Wayne family of Gotham City. He had been a violent child ever since he was a baby, which the butler Alfred Pennyworth knew, but ignored out of attachment and the belief that he would grow up to have a calmer personality. The child would make up excuses whenever he was caught, and Alfred would always help him hide his violent attacks from his parents, but one day decided that he had had enough. Unfortunately for him, that very same day, Bruce killed his parents when they took him to the movie theater. They were stopped by a mugger as they were returning home, but Bruce stabbed him before using his gun to kill his own parents. When the police arrived, Bruce lied and said the mugger was the one who shot his parents. At the funeral, he felt panicked and confused, but was reluctant in reaching out to Alfred. Soon, however, he heard a robin bird singing and thought that its noises, which sounded like cheer, was exactly how he felt since killing his parents. Being inspired by the bird, which took over nests of other birds, he decided to become a robin himself, who will conquer others and spread his message of overthrowing the older among the youth. Bruce secretly started accumulating weapons to kill various superheroes of his world by getting the adults to give him money and built a utility belt loaded with the weapons. Soon, the police officer James Gordon, who had been nearby when the Waynes were murdered, arrived at the Wayne Manor and gave evidence to Alfred, which showed that the one really responsible was Bruce himself for killing his parents. He was shot through the jugular vein, however, by Bruce, who turned his crossbow on Alfred. Alfred, however, subdued him with the tranquilizer gun and took him outside before recording the truth about him on Thomas Wayne's voice recorder. However, Bruce burst in from the window dressed in a strange garb with an R on it and a crown of thorns, and proceeded to disarm and bash Alfred's head in. As Alfred died, Bruce rung a handbell and declared himself to be the Robin King. At one point, he covered Barry Allen's mother in a poisonous substance that could nullify his speed force, while also melting his muscles before stuffing her inside of Barry's flash ring. He also killed Anton Arcane and Abigail Arcane, obtaining the rot from their bodies. Another elemental he killed was also Swamp Thing. While many of the heroes believed he was just a traumatized child dressed up as a bat, Harley Quinn recognized him for who he was and tried to kill him at the Wayne Manor. Bruce, however, gunned her down first. He also modified the anti-life equation to be able to turn people into the life-devouring anti-living. Which, by the way, if you don't know what anti-living is, I'm not too sure either, but it sounds like it's like a virus that kind of turns things into zombies. Not in the sense that they become really dumb, but in the sense that they just kind of want to infect other people with the same virus. So it's almost like a zombie, but like a smart zombie. Anyways, back to the story. His killings, however, were soon revealed to the world, leading to a manhunt against him. Adam Strange, Balloon Buster, Enemy Ace, Firestorm, Hawkgirl, and Hawkman came after him, but were all killed. The Batman Who Laughs soon showed up and revealed to him that his world wasn't real, but would soon disintegrate. He promised to show a world where his actions could have meaning and took Bruce to Earth -22, where he told Bruce that his attempts at inspiring others were futile, as they never listened and must be ruled over. He then laughs, then showed him the kids he was transforming into the Groblins to serve him, before forcibly making him his Groblin. Bruce, however, was able to swallow a pill that allowed him to retain his free will, which was kept deep inside of his mind. Fast forward, the Dark Knights took Bruce along when they invaded Earth-Zero under a pact with Perpetua, inducting him as a part of the Robins under the Batman Who Laughs. When Laughs killed some of the Dark Knights after gaining the powers of the final Bruce Wayne, he recognized that the child, unlike them, was inherently vicious and asked him about his background. After hearing it, he asked him to be his partner as the Robin King, since he was still weak. The Batman Who Laughs then changed his form into that of the Darkest Night form in front of him. As promised, the young Robin King was given his crown and dressed up in his old suit again. He later teleported to the Valhalla Cemetery in order to watch the Batman Who Laughs kill Wally West and the other heroes. He told them how he made plans to kill every single hero, including that for Barry Allen, which were kept in his utility belt. Dr. Fate, upon learning how he had planned to kill Barry of his own world, was shocked and told everyone to not listen to him before being told by Bruce that the Darkest Night was coming for them and he just came to enjoy the coming carnage. He assaulted Harley Quinn, Jarro, Jonah Hex, and Swamp Thing, who had been left to stay at the portal to the Dark Multiverse in the Castle Bat. As he talked about how he killed Harley from his universe, Jonah shot at him, before Bruce shot back with a debrider bullet, which started eating at his undead tissue and used the rot to attack Swamp Thing, forcing the heroes to flee. Bruce soon smashed through the wall of plants Swamp Thing had created as a barrier, bringing the dying Hex along with him and stabbing him before pleating Harley with a knife. After the Darkest Night gained the Crisis energy by tricking Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman of Earth-Zero, he called for the Robin King. The heroes easily fell before his weapons, but Animal Man, Ted Kord, and Red Tornado soon intervened. Robin unleashed Animal Man's anti-living family from his universe to kill him, whilst turning Red Tornado into a human as he slowly died and having Ted eaten alive by a giant beetle. As he fought Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman again, the Dark Knight stated he had had enough fun and took him back to Earth -22, where he revealed to him that he had turned him into a Groblin to set an example that freedom will always fail, but he had inspired others by retaining his free will. During the final battle with the Bat family, Robin called upon his Groblin army to overpower the Crusaders, and ended up cutting off Batman's Black Lantern ring hand with his own scythe. Eventually, the battle died down to a point where he and Batman were the only two fighters remaining. Robin declared what a neat fight it was, taunting Batman that without his ring, his corpse would give out any minute. But he could still rally because he was Batman, jokingly asking him to say the iconic phrase in that voice. Batman agrees, but says that Robin wasn't bright for thinking that he had the real ring in his hand the entire time, leading Robin to realize that Batman had kept the ring within himself the entire time. He then resurrects both of their armies for himself, including Alfred, declaring that we're all Batman except for Robin, who he calls a punk. And the end. At least that's the end for the essay on this website about Robin King. Overall, Robin King sounds pretty cool, man. It says, if you scroll down a little bit, it gives you a little bit of an interesting fact about the character. And it says, the Robin King represents Bruce's fear that he was always broken deep inside, and that the death of his parents was ultimately just an excuse for the darkness and violence that was always inside of him. Which is a really interesting question, because this applies to all of us. I think all of us at some point in time have wondered if we are who we are today because of our past, or if we just are who we are because we just are who we are. You know, there's a lot of different answers for both of those questions. I definitely don't think it's one. I don't think there's just one answer for this stuff, because yeah, there's some things in the past that obviously affect you and, you know, turn you into who you are today. But then there's other things that you just kind of are. There's other things that are just a part of you. And really, no matter what happens, that stuff is always going to be a part of you. So it's kind of like there is no answer. There is no answer for this stuff. But it's just interesting that in comic books, because there's different multiverses and stuff like that, you can kind of explore a little bit more of the answers to these questions. But either way, I don't want to get too philosophical or anything like that. I will say the essay that was written on this website was really poorly written. There's a lot of stuff in here that has to do with the origins of the character, but there's a lot of parts in this essay that just kind of went all over the place, and I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I feel like if you're somebody who really knows this entire storyline, then you can follow it through. But there's a lot of stuff in here that I have no idea what it's about. And some of these sentences that were written down on this essay were really like run on. Like, there would be no pauses. It would just be like, oh, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then moving on to this other character, this happened, and this happened, and then moving on. But, you know, it's too much. I don't know. I sound like an English teacher. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff in here that I didn't know what it meant. Like, I don't know who Perpetua is. I looked it up really quickly. I think Perpetua is like a multiverse goddess. I'm not too sure. I don't know. What was that one thing that I searched up? Anti-living. I don't know what that is. Apparently, it's like a side effect of Darkseid's anti-life equation or something. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in here that I just kind of glanced over, because if I explained it, it would be like a whole video on itself explaining that one thing. But yeah, this video was just supposed to be for fun, so it is what it is. You know, I think this character's pretty cool. He's got an interesting background. The look and the design of the character is definitely a W. I really like the way this character looks. But either way, I guess we're going to have to wait and see what this character is going to be like in Injustice 2 Mobile in probably a few weeks. I don't know when the character is going to be released. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys have a good day. Keep it thick, and I'll see you guys later.